Right on. Let's get right into this. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. In studio, Robert Rodriguez. What are you doing?
We're yapping.
Well, yap on the air, man. Wait, what were you guys talking about?
I'm talking about the difference between like watching a TV series on a box set and then you get in the hotel and you have to watch regular television, how much it sucks when you're sitting there and you realize like they rope you in because they give you a bunch of movie at first. And you're like, oh, this is good. Wow, well, they haven't played a commercial in a long time. And then toward the end, it's like 5-second blips of the movie in between these huge stretches of commercials. You want to kill somebody.
I'm a fan of the marathon. Or getting the box set and just do it. Like you were saying before the show.
Box set.
You did Lost all weekend, right?
Yeah, you got to do that. You just pop in disc after disc, and it's like when I go to Atlantic City or Vegas and I'm playing poker, I'll just be like, all right, one more hand. And you pop in one more disc, and it ends, and you're like, I really want to know what happens after that. All right, one more disc, just one more. And before you know it, it's midnight, and you got to get up at 4. You got no sleep.
Can I ask Robert a question, dude? If you did, I'm going to smash my fat face. Did you direct Swimming with Sharks?
Swimming with Sharks is a friend of mine, George Wang, did that.
Right. You love that movie.
He's a
brilliant film.
Yeah, Jimmy loves that movie. No,
he was an executive's assistant over at Columbia when I was there, and I kept telling him, man, quit your job and go make a movie. Look how easy it was for me. I made El Mariachi. And then he quit his job, and it was a good job. And I was like, oops. I hope he makes a movie. And he did, and he made that terrific film.
Well, you're here to talk about Grindhouse, and the buzz on the movie is unbelievable. The articles are all over the place. We had Kurt Russell in on Friday. He was great for us, man. And you direct the first film. A lot of people got to understand it's a double feature. Like this is old school stuff.
It's really crazy. Well, even in the old days, they wouldn't show two brand new movies together.
Right.
Usually one that had been around for a while, and then maybe a new movie put in together.
Right.
But this is just no. I had an idea about 3 years ago to do a double feature because I'd done a 3D movie that did really well. 3D hadn't been around in a while, and it drew back. Now it brought back 3D. There's a lot of 3D movies.
Sure.
I thought, what else was an old school traditional way to show a movie that would rope in audiences for today? Because people have been talking about theatrical exhibition going down, people staying at home more, and so I thought a double feature would be really cool. I took it to Quentin. He loves double features and said, we got to call it Grindhouse. And so in like 5 minutes, we came up with this idea to make this really unique experience where there'd be two full features. They're each about 85 minutes long.
Wow.
And then fake trailers in between for movies that don't exist.
Yeah, I hear they're hysterical.
And I hear the trailers are just amazing for these movies that don't exist, almost to the point where you might want to make one of these down the road.
We might have to make all of them.
Right.
It gets such a huge response.
Yeah. I could sit and watch like old school trailers for hours, man. You get on some websites and watch them because they were so, action-packed.
No, they totally oversell them.
Yeah.
And, the idea we had with Grindhouse was, back in the day, they'd have these amazing posters and trailers. Then you'd go see the movie, and it was like,
and the movie sucked.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we have the means and the time to actually make these movies better than the posters and better than the trailers that we're selling. And it's just wild to see it with an audience. I mean, go with a group of friends and watch this movie because it's like a rock concert. People just go nuts because the movies are really short, and it's just one hit after another, and people are just screaming.
Yeah, that's what I hear, everybody. I can't wait to see it, man.
Absolutely. It's over 3 hours.
It's just over 3 hours with credits.
And we all get...
What's funny is it doesn't feel that way because both movies are short, so you forget that you even saw the first movie. And after the second one, people are... Every time we have a premiere screening, they go, we wish you had double screenings because we just want to go right back in and experience it again.
See it again.
Yeah, it's almost like that phenomenon of watching your discs.
Yeah.
Once you put them in and you start watching, you just want to keep going.
The guys behind the scenes here, they all went already to see Grindhouse, and huge thumbs up from the staff of the Opie and Anthony Show. Our audience is going to love. And you direct the first one, Planet Terror.
Planet Terror.
Yeah.
Is there any connection between the two at all? Any bleed in at all between the first and
There's
second
supposed
feature?
to be two completely different movies, but we ended up... in grand fashion of some of these double features, like sometimes you'd go see a Pam Grier double feature and she'd be in both movies, like The Warden in one.
Right.
If it's a women in prison movie, she'd be a prisoner in the next one, even though they're completely different movies. Rose McGowan's in both. A few characters are in both movies.
We're obsessed with prison films.
They're hot.
Yeah, female prison films.
The old ones, yeah.
The old school ones.
You're going to like this movie. This is like almost like a zombie movie, but then around midway through, it turns into a women in cages movie for a bit.
Really? Oh,
about 20 minutes. It goes into a different subgenre.
How great was it watching Linda Blair be held down? What a naughty little convict she was. Isn't that lovely?
That's right.
She was taught a lesson.
Oh, those were the best. Those like Laura Gemser, who was also played Black Emmanuel, used to do a couple of those two women prison films, and really got me through like my 14 through 18 years Cinemax, 3 in the morning, bag whacking, lovely.
And that's what's cool about those movies. People think that they're just exploitative, to women, and actually they were empowering pictures, and that's what we do in these too. I think women really love these movies because of the empowerment, and the women really take over the movie after a while.
I got to talk to you a little bit about Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable. Loved it. I remember I went into a Blockbuster. It was when we were up in Boston, and I used to watch a lot of videos before we had to be there. We would do an afternoon drive. It was the bomb. You didn't have to, wake up, stay up as late as you want, out all night. Who can't be to work by 3 p.m.? Right. It was one of those deals. So I watched videos beforehand, so I went there, and I picked that up. It looked interesting. Knew nothing about it. Right. And the girl at the counter says, "Have you seen this?" And she goes, "Did you look at the back of the box or anything?" I said, "No." She goes, "Good. Just watch it. Don't look at anything."
That's the
best. Okay. What the hell were you guys thinking? Did you think, people are going to like this, or that it's weird that it goes from this really cool... that movie could have just been about these two criminals.
Right. And we used to say the best way... We said it's too bad that people are seeing it in theaters right now because the trailer gives away that it's vampires.
Yeah.
The best way to see this movie is later when someone's watching it on cable or on tape and they pop it in and they know nothing about it.
That's how I saw it. It was like, what the hell is going... It's a vampire movie?
You're like, what am I drinking?
Yeah, what happened? It was a crime movie, and it turns into a vampire movie.
What's funny about that is the script was like that, too. You'd be reading, and you turn the page and go, wait, what happened?
Did they mix up the scripts here?
That was his first script, and he couldn't get it made for years because people would say, this is all wrong. It's a Desperate Hours type movie in the first half, and vampires, it makes no sense. Get out of here. And then Pulp Fiction hit, and suddenly they were like, this is great. It's like 2 movies in one.
Yeah.
And we're able to go make it off the success of Pulp Fiction.
Some told me that was the closest thing you're going to catch to Tarantino's personality, too, was the way he was From Dusk Till Dawn, just a psychopath. That really, I think, grabbed him.
Where he's hearing the voices that aren't there.
He wasn't really acting, was he?
That's him.
He actually came in with that character. Oh, he was acting, and he was terrific. He was just really great to direct.
Yeah. And it was a big surprise to me. I was a big Pee Wee Herman fan watching the old HBO special of his Pee Wee's Playhouse type thing where it was a little more risque than his television show. And there was a character on there named Hammy who used to put shoe mirrors on and look up girls' skirts. And it turned out to be the guy that was in the band at the Titty Twister.
That was my friend Tito Lariva,
yeah. Who's really turned into a really good musician, I gather.
Oh, he's an amazing musician.
Yeah.
He's a musician first.
Because that song, I love listening to that song that's playing when, what's her name, comes out and starts...
Yeah, Selma comes out.
Yeah, Selma comes out and starts dancing on the table.
I do one of the fake trailers in Grindhouse. Danny Trejo's the star.
Oh, yeah.
Machete. And Cheech Marin's in it, and that guy Tito's in it. So you'll get a little throwback to the Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, Danny turns up in everything.
He does. But it was great to hear people just go ape for him, being the star of his own fake movie.
That's awesome.
He gets the women, and he kills the bad guy.
Right. What do you think is the best directed film you've ever seen?
The best directed films?
Yeah.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay.
Sergio Leone.
Oh, I love that movie.
That was and back at the time, it was just kind of ignored.
Stuff really holds up.
Yeah, it holds up.
You watch that, some of the shooting scenes are fantastic. Like people not just doing that, grab their heart and fall down or something like that. It's you feel the power of it. The guy spins around and hits the ground, which I just thought was great on those old movies.
I think he was the first guy to shoot actually in one frame, while both people were on camera without cutting. I think he was the first guy to actually show us shooting while we were both in the same frame and show you get shot. Yeah, I think he was the first guy to do that. Boring fact. Good.
and of course, one of these things that it's a urban legend about you. I don't know if it's true or not, but the wheelchair dolly.
Oh, no, absolutely. You used to use a wheelchair for a dolly.
You used to actually have a cameraman in a wheelchair.
I was the cameraman.
You were the cameraman, of course.
One of the other actors pushed me, and it was in Mexico when I shot El Mariachi. There was a little hospital right there next to my friend's house, so we went and borrowed their one wheelchair, and we'd go down, push down the street, and it would be cool because I would be looking up at the actors because I was sitting, and would give real heroic type shots. And during one of those shots, a guy runs out from the hospital and said, we have a patient coming in. We need the wheelchair back.
Take your dolly away.
One wheelchair they had.
Good place to get surgery.
All right.
One knife, guy spitting on it, putting it on his shirt.
Hey, what's the deal with the medical experiments back in the day?
Well, that's how I funded my.
Yeah, I was reading up on you,
and
I guess to raise money, you'd let them experiment with your body a little bit.
On me, yeah.
We've done shows on this, and they'll call like crazy, like, yeah, I tried this new drug for schizophrenia or whatever. But
every drug that comes out has to go through a extensive.
But some of these are really risky because we read an article and you could get a lot of money because some of they need people. But
the riskier, risky. The more money.
So they get the drunk college kids and
totally. I mean, Austin, Texas is the biggest college town, so they have a big place there called Pharmaco, or at least they used to when I was there, and they would just draw people in by the thousands that needed money. And I had 2 jobs just for tuition in my apartment. So if I wanted to make a movie, I had to go make a score like that where I was stuck in there for a month and make $3,000 or whatever. The worst one was. I was really excited because it was a 7-day study and you got $2,000. I was like, wow, $2,000 for 7 days.
Nice.
I wonder what they do to you. I need it. So you go in there and you sign up and then they tell you what it is. And they said, it's a speed healer drug. How do you test it?
Oh, no.
They wound you. And you're listening to this, that they're going to take 2 butt punch biopsies out of the back of your arm, put speed healer on one, placebo on the other, then cut away that section of the arm, sew you back up.
Ew.
And you're like, it doesn't sound very good, but mentally we already spent that money. You're kind of like, I'd hate that. Sounds I guess it's just a small hole. But then you have 2 identical scars on the back of your arm, which looks really stupid when you're on the beach.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
Every once in a while, I run into people in town in Austin that have the same scars, and I was like, it's like the Brotherhood. Hey, remember me? Remember that time?
Damn, that's horrible.
It was, but then you took the money. I bought like a video camera, went and shot movies, and
it worked out for you.
Yeah, it worked out good.
What did a mariachi cost you?
That was $7,000.
$7,000.
People thought that was like so cheap, and I thought, man, you have $7,000.
That's a lot of money.
You're in college. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Were you surprised though that storyline was able to launch you into like feature films?
Well, the plan, I had a really good plan. I thought, I'm going to go make 3 low-budget Mexican action movies in Spanish and just put them in the Spanish section. No one will even know it's me.
Yeah.
And just sell them to Spanish video. That's why it's in Spanish. And get my practice that way. I'll be the whole crew. I'll learn how to do photography, lighting. I'll make like 3 of them to really get better. And then I'll go with the money from that, make my first American independent film. But the first mariachi movie ended up being released by Columbia Pictures. And that was my practice.
How did that happen?
I sent it to an agent to see what he thought of me making 3 of those. And he said, well, this is great. Let me send it as an example to the studios. And then they bought it and decided to remake it. But then when they looked at it closer, they said, well, let's send this to film festivals. And it ended up winning Sundance and winning festivals.
Yeah.
And people really got inspired by the fact that I made it so inexpensively, and that's what started this whole revolution of independent filmmakers making really low budget movies themselves.
The film is called Grindhouse, and I love what they gave you guys on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. 1 double feature, 2 wild directors, 3 bloody hours. They just give you guys a really nice.
Well, there hasn't been a film made like this. I mean,
never, yeah.
I mean, I hope everyone understands it's going to be quite the experience in the theater.
What really is cool is that when you sit there, that's what you feel. It's like, I've never seen anything. It's like a cinema circus because there's so much going on. Different filmmakers contributing the trailers.
You got Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
He did one of the fake
Eli
trailers.
Roth,
right? Eli Roth. Sure.
Yeah, myself. I did one. And I think people are just going to feel ripped off now when they go to a regular movie and they just see one picture with commercials in front of it.
Yeah.
This is just so cool.
I gotta tell you, everyone finds a reviewer they respect, and the guy I respect is Kevin Smith. Mm-hmm. He's on our show a lot. His quote is simple. Kevin Smith's thoughts on Grindhouse: effing loved it, effing fantastic, so insanely good. 3 hours long, but he would have sat through it again had they offered to rerun it right away. See it as soon as you can. That's from Kevin Smith, and a guy we talk movies with from time to time and respect. So,
is it out yet? I'm sorry. Is it out
Friday?
Yet? Oh, it did come out Friday, or it is?
It's this Friday. This coming Friday.
Okay, so it's coming out this Friday. I imagine it's opening all over the country.
Yeah,
I'm going today. I'm going to one of the. Yeah, I'm going today at 6 o'clock. If you want to go, Jimmy.
I either that or I've got plans to stalk Black Sabbath at XM. So if I'm not there thrown out by their people, I'll go see it. If not, I'll wait until Friday.
Yeah,
I like
if you
to
go Friday, it'll be the hardcore crowd always going on Friday. That's going to be unbelievable.
That's a movie to see in the theater with a lot of people.
It is. It turns into a rock concert.
Yeah.
It really does.
A lot of experience, definitely.
Quentin would call me the next morning after each screening like that and go, did that really happen? He just kept thinking it didn't happen. He didn't know how we're going to top this now.
We got him tomorrow.
Oh, he's going to tell you how exciting it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any dirt on him?
Dirt on Quentin?
Yeah, give us a little something we can hit him with.
Nothing on Quentin.
I was reading up on him.
I've only known him 14 years.
Over the weekend, and he was talking about his movie nights at his house. That's got to be just one of the most amazing things to be part of.
Well, that was why I sort of wanted to make this movie. You go to his house and he shows a double feature and puts trailers in between, and it's so much fun. You just go, man, this is so much better than seeing a movie in a regular theater. We got to recreate this experience for the people around the world.
And that's where it began.
And that's where it began, yeah.
And it's not the films like, let's see Caddyshack and Animal House. It's like
some of them are some really good ones.
Like black exploitation films, prison flicks,
kung fu movies,
kung fu, all that stuff. Right. All the bad B movies. Oh, the other thing about Grindhouse, really fast. The ratings board gave you a little problem, but
no, they didn't.
But in the end, you guys walked out of that meeting kind of happy that they didn't cut it too bad.
Yeah, no, it was a rumor that they hadn't even seen it yet, and we actually were a little disappointed they didn't give us that much trouble.
Oh, really?
No, they totally got it. The tone of the movie is one that's not. People don't really know sometimes what Grindhouse means. They just think it's a house where people go in and get grinded up.
Right.
It's like, no, it's a reference to the old theaters. But no, it wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
They gave us no trouble.
I heard about a trampoline scene. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see.
Oh,
in
no,
its entirety.
Oh, no, it's there.
It's there. They just cut it a little bit.
All right. I just put some scratches. It hadn't been aged yet because the movie looks like it's been aged.
Yeah, that's what they did too. They scratched up the film a little bit, make it feel like it was made a while ago, and some scenes just end and says scene missing or something like that.
There's sometimes a whole section missing. And when you come back, half the people are dead. This person's left with that person. It really plays with that whole idea. People just go crazy for that. They love that. And then you totally can pick up where it left.
And I have a feeling you guys have a hell of a DVD on your hands.
A hell of a DVD's coming.
I could only imagine, but the movie itself is going to be great. The reviews so far are unbelievable. Robert Rodriguez from Grindhouse.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
He directs the first film, Planet Terror, that you're going to see coming Friday.
And Friday, Tarantino directs the second one, stars Kurt Russell, Rose McGowan. It's just an amazing film. Everyone has raved about it, and it premieres this Friday all over the country.
Yeah.
So go see it.
All right. Psyched.
And we'll continue in just a bit.
Man.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.